everybody, my name is Jen and I blog at in-my-bag.com, and tonight I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the FoodSaver vacuum sealer. This one is model number V3880. Now if you're watching my video, maybe you're here because you're wondering about this particular FoodSaver model, or maybe you're just wondering about vacuum sealers. First of all, I just want to give you a disclaimer about vacuum sealers. They are not a replacement for canning or other methods of food preservation. You know, vacuum sealing just lengthens the amount of time that food stays fresh for. You still need to, refrigerate it immediately afterwards, and preferably get it into a freezer, as soon as possible. Assuming, of course, you're sealing, perishable items. Of course, you can seal non-perishable items. Let me give you a prime example of that. I have a brother that I don't see very often, and I made sugar cookies last week. Vacuum sealing removes just about all the air from them, keeps them fresh, so when he cuts open his bag, they will be as fresh as the day I made them. Anyway, let's get back to this vacuum sealer. You should vacuum seal if you want to preserve your food. If you want to buy a lot of meat all at once, but you don't want to have to make it all at once. If you're tired of freezer burn. I don't know about you, but those normal storage bags, they don't work very well at all. So let's talk about this vacuum sealer and its food storage bags. First, you have the traditional roll of bags that you get with every FoodSaver, and you can buy these additionally in packs of 1 or 2, and I believe you can buy them in larger quantities as well. These are great because you can make your own size on the roll, so they're very efficient. FoodSaver also has specialty sized and types of bags. These are their new portion pouch roll bags. They're already pre-sized, and you just rip them apart and then put in your items. Of course, you still have to seal on the one end and then seal on the other end once you've finished. FoodSaver also has the liquid block bags. Now, I really like these. These are great for juicy foods. If you have things like soups, stews, anything that's like juicy that has, juices that you just don't want to get rid of. And then last but not least, FoodSaver also has expandable bags. Now, I have not had the chance to use one of these, but with the holidays coming up, I really cannot wait to try them. Now, this is a roll, actually, kind of an expandable bag, but it has side pleats that open up. You can kind of see this. I don't want to pull it apart too much, but the side pleats expand the bag up to 14 inches, so it's actually perfect for like an entire roast. Let's say you're planning on cooking Thanksgiving dinner, but, Thursday you've got things you got to do early and you may just not have time to get that turkey done. You could do it a couple days before and then seal it up in here to ensure it stays as fresh as possible. FoodSaver also has freeze and steam bags. These are right here. You can pre-designate the types of like vegetables and seasonings and all that you want in like a sauté style. Make them, vacuum seal them, freeze them, and then you can just microwave them and they're ready for dinner. Last but not least, this FoodSaver model has a feature that I love, and I have used it many, many times. It is the marinator. I know, it looks like Rubbermaid or Tupperware, but it's not, I assure you. This handy little container right here holds any type of meat or vegetables, basically anything you want to marinate. Put your meat in. You want to put in enough liquids and seasonings, herbs, spices to cover it up. You put the lid on, you make sure these tabs are lined up. Press it down, you can kind of hear the release of the air. You always want to make sure this dial is turned to open for the marinate setting. And then on the FoodSaver itself, there is a handy little airport thingy. Accessory hose is what they call it. You plug it in, you press the marinate button here on the machine, and then it goes for 10 minutes in cycles of pulling out the air, then pulsing it, then releasing it over and over. So it's like a speed marinate. And we have done this for chicken, for beef, for pork, and it comes out great. I don't know about you, but normally when I marinate things, I spend 4 to 6 hours, babysitting it while it's in the refrigerator to see, okay, is it tender enough? Is everything soaking in? This, 10 minutes flat and it's done. Okay, now that I've given you a brief overview of all of the bags and things that the FoodSaver can work with, let me show you about actually making a bag. Because that's what the FoodSaver is all about. You can buy the bags as is, or you can make your own. You want to pull this open, and inside you have your bag storage. It comes like that, but it's very easy to pop in. This is your cutter bar. Inside is a really sharp blade, but it's hidden, of course, so you won't cut yourself. To make a bag, all you need to do, pull out to the desired length, and they always recommend you leave an additional 4 inches, which is about that much or so, for sealing. So let's say you want about that much for your meat, you probably want about that much. You just press down, go across, and ta-da, you've made your bag. Sealing process is also quite easy. You can leave the lid up or down, it's up to you, but you just want to push it in here. It can be kind of tricky to get it all the way in, but this model is great because it detects it, it locks down on it, and it's kind of loud, but then you can just switch it right over to the seal. And right now it is sealing that bag. Now I usually buy a lot of my meat all at once, and I will seal things all at once, so I will actually set up like an assembly line. I'll do all my bags, label the bags, and then I'll just slowly start packing each one, sealing it, washing my hands, and going from one to the other. And there's your bag. FoodSaver is very easy to use for sealing. I'm going to demonstrate on some leftover beef stew. This bag right here, the liquid block bag, is perfect for that because I want to keep everything juicy. I want to keep the juices in the bag, so the liquid block will stop all the liquids from coming out. So you take your bag. Now I'm doing this over the sink in case I spill things because I'm kind of sloppy. So you can see the contents of my stew are in the bag. Now this is where you might want to adjust your settings. Up here you have your on-off button, then you have the type of food, dry or moist. For most meats you can probably go with dry, but for something like a stew you definitely want to go for moist. And then over here you can check your speed for normal or gentle. Gentle I've only used on like cookies and other delicate items that you don't want to crush. And then lastly you have your pulse vac. That's a manual setting that you would again use for things like cookies and other items. Basically pulse vac, you control the vacuuming. You press it every time you want it to vacuum out some more air. And then marinade, of course, is for the marinade. So let me show you this vacuum sealing. It's very simple. Push everything in, make sure it's on moist. Again, it grabs it, locks down. It does the suction all itself. Almost done. And now it seals. And thanks to the liquid block technology inside this bag, very little of the juices that make stew so good escaped. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my overview of the FoodSaver vacuum sealer. Again, this is model number V3880. You can check it out at foodsaver.com.